Surprise, surprise, I am not dead or forgotten. Hey guys, what's up? It's Gerard, the Completionist. I know a lot of you guys are probably, a lot of questions have gone over your head since the Sonic 06 episode, and so I'm going to clear that up upon showing you the remastered version of today's episode, which is Borderlands. So I'm taking a break. I have not taken a single break since I started the show, and I'm taking 8 weeks off to kind of recharge my batteries. I have been on 0 to 100 since we started the show back in September of 2011, and because of you guys at home and how well we've grown, I finally have the opportunity to take a break, and so for the next 8 weeks I will be gone, but that's not to say that we won't have content for you guys ready for the next 8 weeks. So for the next 6 weeks, before we get to the end of the 8, we have 6 videos that were copywritten flagged by several game developers and music companies and so on and so forth. So we've taken upon ourselves to digitally remaster those episodes by redoing the audio, doing some new voice recordings. We don't want to George Lucas it too much, so most of it is still the same with a few minor tweaks, and those videos will be released every Friday until from now until we're finished. So that's going for 6 videos, which is 6 weeks long. After that, we got 2 more weeks before I'm back. Greg will be doing a top 10, so you'll get a top 10 Greg video, and then Alex Fostiani of Super Beard Bros and the Decks will be doing a brand new series right here on That One Video Gamer that I am very excited for. He's been working on it for a very, very, very long time, and I hope you guys will enjoy that when it returns. But the Completionist will return August 22nd, and the game, well, you'll have to wait until then. So some fun stats about the Borderlands episode. It was in season 1. It was within the first 20 episodes that we did do the show. I sound very sick in this because I was very sick. I also have low energy. I don't know why. I think as we did the show, I got more comfortable with my voice, so it's a lot more energetic towards as you get through the show. But early on, I sound kind of boring. And I thought that's really interesting because the show just got more chaotic as we built it onward. There's over 80 gigabytes worth of high-definition footage, equating to over approximately, I think it's 62 hours of gameplay. It is authentically played from start to finish. We have every single moment of the gameplay, from the minute I created the character to the very end when I got the Completionist achievement that you'll see at the end of the video. This is also the illustrious introduction to one of my favorite jokes in the show, Gung Ho Al. Hey everybody, it's Gung Ho Al. Gung Ho Al is my best friend since we were kids, and it was great bringing him on to be a part of the show in the little micro segments that we do with him. So I've talked long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the remastered version of Borderlands, one of my favorite games, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode that's remastered. Till then, I'm gonna go play Shovel Knight until I just feel so good about myself, because that game is so much fun. It really is. Yes!
Save the aliens and Borderlands.
Welcome to another episode of The Completionist. Guys, it's February. You know what that means. Valentine's Day. And you know what? I'm in love. I'm in a great relationship. I have a great family. I'm very lucky and fortunate. And in honor of those things, I'm dubbing this the month of love. That's right. All the game reviews this month are going to be about love, dealing with love, marriages, betrayal, everything that is nitty-gritty about relationships. And so I'm also going to be doing top 10s, a blind review of a game or two that I've not played before, and it's going to be a good time. So with that in mind, we're going to start with a game today that I really love, and I hope you guys do too. So let's take a look. Borderlands. I found that with FPSs, everyone had their favorite and instant classics, and for me, my gem of choice was always Counter-Strike, but then Borderlands comes along and changed the equation up for me.
But Bitman, mine was Duke Nukem 3D.
I know, right? You remember Quake and GoldenEye?
But Bitman, oh yeah, dude, totally. Delta Force, Perfect Dark.
Ah, the old days of FPSs.
But Bitman, I think I've missed the joke at this point. Transition?
Transition. On the planet of Pandora lies the sacred treasure left by the alien race known as the Iridians. The treasure is called the Vault. Every 200 years, the vault can be opened if the pieces of the vault are acquired, and rumor has it that it contains ultimate wealth and fortune, which attracts all kinds of life from across the planets. And by all kinds of life, I'm talking about thieves, murderers, bandits.
You know, the usual.
This is where you come in. Upon hearing all of this, you get your choice between 4 different characters. There's Mordecai, the Hunter, Roland the Soldier, Lilith the Siren, and Brick the Berserker. These 4 characters each bring a different and unique experience for the player, but in regards to the story, it's not very character specific. But that's not to say there's no conflict, as you are not the only one trying to unlock the secret of the vault.
The secret of...
Greg, that's the wrong...
The
okay.
vault.
Okay.
Gerard, you gotta wait for me. I got this.
Although a simple plot, this game shines in the co-op play. You can play with 3 friends, having a total of 4 go in, and that's exactly what I did. I'm going to introduce to you guys to Team Beardman. There's Dave, the reluctant healing soldier.
If you die, I'm not taking you to the hospital.
Shadow Nos, who brings the element Phoenix of the Siren.
I don't actually have boobs.
And then there's Al, the insane sniper. Why is he insane? Well, you'll find out soon enough.
There was this fox, and it reached for the grapes.
And there's me as Brick the Berserker, because I love to punch things and explosions.
Wait, you didn't have room for me on the team?
Greg, you're not very good at games.
Oh, come on, but... Oh, actually, that's a pretty good point.
Created with the modded version of the Unreal 3 engine, Borderlands brings a whole lot of new to the table. For starters, you'll notice that everything is cel-shaded. Although this isn't the first time cel shading has been introduced to video games, Borderlands brings a fresh new take on that style of animation. But just because this game has awesome cel animation does not excuse it of its flaws. This game suffers tremendously on both consoles and PC, from bad frame rates when a lot is happening at once, to graphical malformations, to random controller locks and spinning in circles, and, well, even some glitches I can't really explain. Take it away.
Glitches with Old Man Snitches. Don't even ask me how this glitch came into play. Not even Diablo or his demon minions can explain it.
Alright, Al, get in the elevator. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Let me draw my soda.
Oh, he's gonna be 30.
Alright, hit the switch. Oh, what?
Why?
What just happened? I fell through.
Dave, this is probably your fault.
You're just saying that because I'm black.
Told you it's gonna be 30.
You're not even black.
And you don't have boobs.
Can you guys stop arguing and just let's get out of here somehow?
This always happens, Dave.
You know what?
Stop shooting me!
Bullets in face. Bullets in your face.
Oh my god.
I see the light!
See what I mean? I'm going to go take a nappy pie.
The music does add a nice layer of awareness in regards to the action. If you can't see any of the enemies on your radar, just listen to the music. It'll tell you whether or not you're in range of a fight. The humor in this game is top-notch. For the early part of the game, a lot of the humor is driven by the claptraps, the helpful robots that are in every town. As you progress, the missions you take on feature an insane cast of characters, creating a lovely ensemble of life that is Pandora.
This is where the cars live. Get you all. Get your ride.
And each boss you encounter also has a fun freeze frame that tells you an interesting fact about themselves. Or at least an obvious fact.
9 toes. Also, he's got 3 balls. Sledge. P.S. You guys ain't friends. The Rack Hive. That is one scary-looking vagina.
Now before I dive into the gameplay mechanics, let me start with this. This is not just your average FPS. Created by Gearbox, they've coined the term role-playing shooter in regards to Borderlands. If I had to combine some games together, I would say it's a mix between Counter-Strike and Diablo.
Did you say Diablo?
I already brought you back, snitches.
Come back later, we'll play Trivial Pursuit.
Each of the 4 characters have
Horadrum.
different skill trees that reflect a certain proficiency, which provides an incentive as to what character you'd like to play as. Attached to those trees is one special move that the character can perform. Mordecai specializes in snipers and pistols, with his special involving throwing his pet bird to kill anyone it sees. Roland specializes in assault rifles and shotguns, with his special involving dropping a turret down to deal damage and provide health and ammo regeneration for the team. The Siren specializes in elements and using the SMG, with her special being the Phase Walk, in which she becomes invisible for a few moments, bending the very fabric of time and space. And Brick specializes in rockets, being a tank which focuses on health and recovery maneuvers, and his ultimate involves him punching the crap out of everyone that stands in his way. The coolest thing about these skill trees is that each character has 3 different trees, all which have a different effect for the player, depending on his or her needs. You can reroll at any time just by visiting the new use station, and voila, you've got a new character. Along with customizing your character, you can also add elemental artifacts which add a bonus to everyone's special skill. Like most RPGs, you level up your characters by killing enemies, completing missions via World of Warcraft type missions, and completing secret accomplishments that give you huge XP bonuses. One of Borderlands' biggest selling points is the amount of guns that one can obtain. Through some type of crazy mathematical equation, there are a bazillion different gun possibilities due to the amount of parts and manufacturer differentials that exist. Long story short, besides forcing the bosses to load a special gun, you'll rarely get the same gun twice. You have a life bar that scales according to level and equipment, as well as a shield to go with it, depending on its max number. When you run out of life, you then fall to your knees, and in that time, you have 2 options. Try and kill the person closest to you, or have a buddy pick you up. If none of these options are available to you, then you have no choice but to teleport back to the new use station, which reminds me of the Ubisoft logo every time I die. Ubi! Elements play an important role in this game because depending on what type of enemy you're encountering, bullets by themselves are not necessarily as effective. As you get more powerful, you will find guns that have elemental powers. Fire burns flesh, acid burns armor, lightning drops shields, and explosion does... well, it explodes. Because the environment of Pandora is so big, walking is a pain in the ass. Luckily for us, Scooter...
Catch a cham!
provide stations in which you can get vehicles. These are incredibly fun and make traveling much easier. And no matter what, every time I hit that boost, I start singing the Back to the Future theme. The online play is really what makes this game for me. The game is fun by yourself, but trust me, playing with a full team of 4 is the best way to play. Well, we did have Gung Ho Al.
Hey everybody, it's Gung Ho Al.
The game is afoot.
Okay guys, so we got 3 or 4 Ridians over there. One is a super bad one, which is going to give us a lot of problems. I'm going to initiate with my lightning rocket, and then we just dive in and we'll go ahead and single them out.
It's okay. It's okay. This is gonna happen. This is about to happen.
Oh god, guys,
Here we
go in. Al, what are you doing?
Wait a second. Controller lock.
Controller lock?
Controller lock.
Oh my god, Al's gone. Al's gone.
Wait,
I got it.
Where you go?
Where's the synth?
All 3 of you, man. What is... oh, and now I have to fight. This is ridiculous.
Just let him be. Just let him be. Be one with the Iridian.
So you gathered all the pieces of the vault, you did all the missions, and now you open the vault, and...
That does not look like treasure!
It turns out that the treasure is just a giant hoax, and it's this gigantic evil creature, monster, alien thing that will destroy the planet if it gets out of the vault. It's up to you and your friends to destroy it. Alright, you killed it! And then the Navi chick tells you that she's sorry for baiting you, and... okay, then the Claptrap becomes evil, and then the credits?
Well, that's lame.
The fact that this game just ends abruptly with no real ending kinda sucks. It's really depressing. Aside from the game ending, when you go to reload your character, you'll now notice there's a second playthrough option, so you can play through the game again with a harder setting.
Wait, Gerard, what is that?
I don't know, Greg, what is that? Wait, could it be? Greg, for the first time on the show, we've got it! That's downloadable content?
Downloadable content!
Gearbox manufactured 4 downloadable add-on packs that add a whole new experience to the game. The first add-on pack is Zed's Zombie Island, in which you and your crew must visit Jacob's Cove, the gun manufacturer's island, which has now been overrun with zombies. I love zombies, and although it does not add more to the main story, it's a lot more comedic fun. Except if you're trying to go for the Platinum Trophy and you have to collect all the stupid zombie heads. The second add-on pack is Mad Moxie's Underdome. Mad Moxie is the ex-wife of Marcus, the vendor who narrates the game. She has 3 different arenas that have 25 waves that come at you, and as the waves get more difficult, you get the Wheel of Death, which adds more advantages or disadvantages. After the initial 75, the harder challenges become unlocked, in which you can now do the 300 rounds. And yes, I did do it.
What's wrong with you?
The third add-on pack is General Nox's Secret Armory. General Nox is the commander of the Lancers, the most powerful galactic soldiers around. In the middle of the battleground, you must help Athena in the town of T-Bone Junction battle the general and his malicious army. This DLC was the most popular because it raised the level cap nearly 11 levels, allowing you to reach level 69.
Oh yeah!
General Nox was my least favorite, but it did have a boss fight that made me and my crew have a blast. Cromorox is the hardest boss in the entire game. Even with a team of 4, we struggled to take him down, but it was the most fun we had had. When one of us would die, we would try and survive till the other ones came back because it was a very long elevator ride up, and if everyone died, the Cromorox got full life. But what was awesome when we killed him was that I killed him on my last breath. And the sad thing is that I didn't get a revive for it. Oh well, at least I killed him. The last of the DLC, Revenge of the Claptrap, stars the evil Claptrap that has now turned into an evil robot assassin with the revolution against the humans. This one adds the conclusion you wanted from the end of the original storyline, but at the same time, it doesn't really go anywhere. It leaves you empty, wanting more. Along with the DLC being a new section, the last section of this review will be the trophy hunting. I get this question all the time.
But Bidman, just because you're the completionist, does that mean you have to collect all the trophies too?
For me, the game has to really provide enough depth and fun to want to hunt down all those trophies. Not all the games I want to play will inspire me to do so, so if the game fails at inspiring me, well then I just won't collect them all. Borderlands is one of my favorite games to date. The problem with it though is that the trophies are long and monotonous. Luckily, I had Team Beardman to help me out. With that in mind, this game gets my trophy hunting rating of Achieve It.
Achieve it!
I mean, come on, there's even a trophy called the Completionist.
Well, aren't you special?
Borderlands is available on PC, PS3, and 360 for about $20 for the regular edition and about $40 brand new for the Game of the Year edition. With that in mind, this game gets my Completionist rating of Finish It or Complete It.
Finipede it!
That is all the time I have for today, guys, so please, as always, leave a positive or negative comment in the boxes below. Also, don't forget your game suggestions and maybe some game suggestions for the month of love, if you're into that kind of thing. If not, no big deal. If you guys have Facebook, don't forget to like my page, facebook.com/thecompletionist, and if you have Twitter, don't forget to follow me, twitter.com/jkcompletesit. For those who do follow me and like my Facebook page, I also kind of like to do contests and little mini trivia questions and even things like give you a hint as to what next week's episode is early. Now if you excuse me, car montage!